Hey, Top Airlines Math Industry, and we're gonna be taking a look at the density. So in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at, and we're also gonna be trying to find the density of a block in Minecraft. But what is density in the first place? The density is to measure how tight or loosely an object is. The more dense an object is, the heavier it feels. Like if you compare holding a brick and compare having feathers, they have different densities. So the more dense an object has, the heavier it feels when you hold it. To understand what density is, we're going to be trying to find what the density of a gold block is in Minecraft. But how do we find that? Well, there is a formula that we're going to be following. The formula is the density, or the letter P, is going to equal the mass divided by the volume. So that's the formula to find the density of that gold block. So let's try solving what the density of that block is. So, in Minecraft, blocks in Minecraft would actually be 3 feet in length, width, and height. And if Steve was in the real world, he would be as tall as 6 feet. So, the blocks in Minecraft are half his height, so it would take 2 to be as tall as him. The length is 3 feet, the height is 3 feet, and the width is 3 feet. The reason why we shouted out that information is because we're going to be working with the volume. We're trying to find what the volume of that gold block is first. And since Minecraft blocks are in the shape of a cube, the length multiplied by the width multiplied by the height, and then we get a cube. Length times width times height will get us a cube. So, if all the dimensions are 3 feet, 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, that's going to bring us 27 feet cubed. The reason why we say cube is because the cube is a 3-dimensional object. So if we now know the volume of that gold block, that means that we understand what V means. So the volume of the cube is 27 feet cubed. Now we gotta understand what the mass is. But we use kilograms and grams, but not pounds. The reason why we use grams and kilograms, and the reason why we use M as the mass instead of weight, is because the mass is actually not the weight. The mass is how many particles are in a given object. The weight actually means gravity pushing down on the object, and that gives you your weight. Like, if I take that gold block and I bring it to the moon with me, it's gonna change its weight. But if I move it to Venus, it'll also change its weight. But if I look at the mass will not change, because the number of particles in that object do not change. So that's why we use grams and kilograms. And since gold is very, very heavy, let's say it's gonna weigh 14,755 kilograms, because gold can be very, very heavy. So yay! We now have gathered all the parts and gathered all the information we have. All we now have to do is divide, and that will bring us to our density. 14,755 divided by 27, that'll bring us to our density, which is 19,298 kilograms per meter cubed. That is the density of our gold block right there. So, by getting this answer, 19,298, using the feet, kilograms, and meters, using the measurements, you'll actually have to be very, very careful. Because if you use different measurements, you'll come up with a different density. And because, since those different measurements are different measurements, then that means your answer will change. So this answer will appear if the mass is in kilograms for this, and you measure the volume by feet. And you want the answer to be in meters cubed. Thank you for watching Tao Ping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe.